guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Layne if you've never been here before. And if you haven't, I would really appreciate if you guys like and comment and please subscribe if you enjoy the content that I'm making. So today is a pretty highly requested video. I get comments on almost all of my videos or like my Instagram posts or anything like that. Like today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I edit my Instagram photos. So if you guys want to check that out, my Instagram is at Layne Staley, and I'll put it right here, and I'll also put it in the description below. If you guys do want to check out all my social medias, I'll have them linked down below, and they're also going to be in the little header of my YouTube channel, so you should definitely check those out. This is what my page normally looks like. I have like a pretty normal preset that I use, but like the point of this video is that like anybody can have this like preset. It's pretty easy, but I just am gonna give you guys a little heads up on how to do it. Let's get started. So I'm gonna start going ahead and screen recording. I probably should turn off my notifications before I start. But so the first photos, I'm gonna use this photo. This is one of my most popular photos on my Instagram. This is a selfie, which I thought I should add some more variety into it. And then this photo. Okay, so the first app that the app that I use to edit my photos is called Tessa. So this is the app right here. It's so cute. And as you can see, I edit Tessa to use like for all of my things, my thumbnails, my other pictures, like my Depop photos, everything like that. Tessa's also completely free, so I highly, highly recommend it. It is so much better than VSCO in my opinion, which is what a lot of people use to edit their photos. So you're gonna go and add photos. So I'm just gonna click this one right here, the one of me and my friend Paulina. So you click on the photo once it has the orange outline, and then you press edit. So the filter that I normally use is vintage, and I don't have it all the way because as you can see, it kind of like washes out the background and makes me a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna bring it down to like, probably like a little bit more than like halfway. It changes. I don't have like a necessary like thing that I do every single time, but it's like the same vibe. So like, I'm just bringing it down so it's not as like exaggerated. So I'm gonna bring it 25. That sounds about right. So then once you do that, you go to the little thing next to it. It has like the 4 lines. So exposure, I bring the exposure up. I definitely like when there's like a brightness to all my photos. And then I bring the brightness up as well, but I don't want it to wash it out like that. So I have the brightness at 7. I think 7 looks good. And I just want to make this look as light as possible. So I'm bringing the contrast down. Okay, sorry, that totally fell. Like everything just like fell. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I bring the contrast down. So I'm probably gonna bring it to like a negative 18, 17, something close to that range, just to get rid of all like the like sharp lines. And then shadows, I'm gonna bring that up as well. I know that it looks really washed out, but I promise it's gonna get better. So I'm gonna bring the shadows up to like 10. So the great thing about Tessa is I can show you the before and the after. So it's a lot brighter, obviously. The colors are a little bit washed out though. So the way to fix that is you take down the highlights. And I take the highlights down quite a bit. So negative 36, this also makes you look super, super tan. So that's awesome. And you can see like the sun is just hitting on nice, like it's just good. So like this is the before and this is after. I just think that looks so, so much better. Saturation, I don't bring that up a ton. Probably between a 3 and a 5 on this one. I'm bringing it up a 4. And temperature, I like when it's a warmer temperature. So I'm gonna bring that up to 0.06. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Sometimes I like it when it has like more of like a pink tone, but like a lot of the time, I don't even know. Sometimes I just like to like play around with the colors. So for this, I want there to be like a brighter blue, for example. So I would bring this up, bring the hue up to 1.5, saturation 0.04, and then bring the blue down to negative 1.2. So yeah, so that's the finished product. So this is the before and this is the after. Oh my God, it looks so much better. It just looks like a lot more clean, and it looks like the kind of presets that you would just like get online. So I'm gonna save that. So the great thing about Tessa is, okay, let me just pull up the photo again. So side-by-side photo. It can be anything. If you have like the same lighting, like you know how you'll like take a bunch of pictures and then like it's the exact same lighting, you're just in like different poses and you're like deciding. So great thing about Tessa is if you click on the photo that you just edited, then you press copy edit and it'll say edit copied. So then I go to the photo that was not edited yet and I go paste edit, and it just like transfers that over, completely copies it, makes it so easy. So all you ever have to do is just edit one photo and then they're all perfect. It's so nice and so convenient. Okay, so now I'm gonna edit a selfie. So I just go ahead and import that. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna use the vintage, and I like that this one made my skin a little bit more orange, so I'm not gonna get rid of it as much. Kind of like how I did with the other one, I'm going to do 28 on the vintage. Bring that exposure up, bring that up to about an 8. You want your photos to look as bright as possible. And then once you want to bring some more color back into it, if you've washed it out with like the contrast and shadow, you bring the highlights down. So brightness, I'm gonna go with a 4 because there's already so much natural light that's coming from the windows of my car in this photo that I don't want to be too bright, too much. Contrast, bringing that down. I'm gonna go -15 on that one. And then shadows, you already know, we're going up with those. I'm gonna go with a 9. So obviously that looks pretty gray. And so then we take the highlights down. It just brings the best kind of coloring back in. And I know, like, yeah, I'm also fake tan in this photo, but yeah, I'm also making myself pretty orange. But like, I like that, so like, who cares? So look at that. That's the before and after. I'm not even completely done. Like, it's just so much better. Saturation, 4. I really don't use saturation that much. And I'm gonna bring the temperature. I feel like the temperature will look nice in this photo just because there's so much like of an orange hue. So I'm gonna do 0.12 with that one. And I think the colors look really great, so I'm just gonna stick with that. So this is the before, and this is the after. Perfect. All right, see, and it all follows that same like preset right here. Okay, so the last photo that I'm going to edit is this other one. It's not a sitting down one, it's a full body photo. So I thought that would give it a little bit of something. Oh, sorry. If you want to make collages on Tessa, you can do that, and it's actually really, really nice. So this is where I'm editing all my photos with the little camera icon. And if you go to the right, you can make like little templates. It's really good for like Instagram stories. And if you guys want a video about how I make my Instagram stories, let me know in the comments. Okay, so you already know we're going to go to vintage. And as you can see, it's a pretty dark photo. We don't really have that much like natural lighting. So this one's gonna take a little bit more work. You want to make it look as natural lighting as possible. So vintage, I'm gonna bring that to like 33. I think this one needs a little bit more to it. So exposure, I'm gonna take that to like a 7 because the last thing we want is it to look unnatural. So brightness, see, like it looks okay on me, but it looks a little bit washed out on the person I'm sitting next to. That's Megan, that's my best friend. So I'm gonna go with 6. Yeah, 6 looks just about right. Bring that contrast down. There's a lot of contrast in this photo, so I brought it a lot down. I'm gonna go with like -23. Shadows up, 15 probably. Very washed out. And now it's time for highlight. Bring those highlights down, -32. It just makes the colors, oh my God, just makes the colors pop so much more. So now I'm gonna go to saturation. I don't want to bring that up a lot. I'm going to keep it at that. Oh, sorry. The saturation was 3, by the way. Temperature. I'm going to, I think I want it warmer. So 0.07 is probably what I'm going to stick with. And I still think it looks a little bit washed out, so I'm going to bring the shadows down just a touch. No, that actually looks pretty good. Because, okay. So that photo is going to be the last photo I'm going to show. So this is the before, very dark, pretty gloomy, and this is the after. So as you see, like these 3 photos are just incredibly cohesive all together if you just follow these same steps. So as a whole, on Tessa, the app Tessa, I used the vintage filter, and I use probably a little bit more than halfway of that. I always take it down. Bring your exposure up, bring your brightness up, take your contrast down, bring your shadows up, highlight down. Highlight is the most important thing. Bring that down. Some saturation, close to none. And then, what was the last thing? Temperature fluctuates with the kind of lighting, the photo that I'm in. Sometimes if it's like a golden hour lighting, you don't want it to look too orange. So typically with golden hour things, I bring the temperature down. I didn't have an example of that one because that's a rarity. Most of the time, bring the temperature up. And then, yeah, I would highly recommend Tessa because then I always have that same filter basically for every single photo that I post. And it makes it super, super simple, super fast. That is how I edit my photos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some form of information out of it and that you guys can try my presets. I don't even know how people make presets, but if I could, I would do that and I would sell it, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna give you guys some free information. But that is how I do it. So if you guys have any video requests or anything, please comment down below. Like I said, my social medias are also going to be linked in the description. If you guys want to check out my page or me on any other platform, that would be awesome. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. So bye.